Welcome back to more SFL action here in LA. It is a Saturday evening, and the LA Lycans are hosting the Washington Trident. Division rivals here tonight. I am your play-by-play commentator, Mark Lopez. With me is the one, the only, Charles Duckerty on analyst. And Charles, it's been a pleasure calling games with you. It's going to be a pleasure tonight. How are you, and what are you expecting from tonight's game?
Oh, I'm doing great. I love last game Saturday nights because they're always wild. And let me tell you, I got a feeling about tonight's game, and here's the deal. Washington's coming into LA. Washington's got a winning record, 4-3. Third in the division, going up against LA, that's 1-6. But you're coming into LA's house. I think LA is angry. LA is fighting mad. I think we're going to have a close one tonight. Looking at the tape, I think both teams are a lot more evenly matched than the record would imply. So I'm hoping that we got a close one tonight, Mark.
Well, Charles, the matchup history between these two franchises, the home team has won the last 6 meetings. Now, that extends all the way back to since Washington was the St. Louis Gladiators. But we'll see who can come out on top, as LA will get the ball first. They're going to start at their 33-yard line. We're going to get a first look at their offense here, led by Solly Richardson, the quarterback, who's going to be trotting out the field here in the second. Running backs are Darius Iniguez, Ace Ketchum. The fullbacks, they got 2 of them, Tom Thickey and Dan Curtis. The wide receivers are Bubba Tree, Joseph Baudet, LZ Pryor, and Chris Lee. Tight ends are Adam Grabowski and Jack Flash. On the offensive line, they got Oren Wilds, Bob Ritoska, Damien Robichaud, Hunter Ritoska, and Altais Wilds. First down at their 33-yard line. They got 3 wideouts, single back in their blood moon uniforms. Pretty good look out there in the field. First down's going to be a pass for Solly Richardson. Short step back and throw to a covered receiver. Tipped and incomplete. That is number 54, the linebacker Nathaniel Diggs, with the deflection.
I don't hate the play. I mean, it's a short drop back, but you want to be able to strike quick against this defense. The Washington Trident defense is very solid. You want to kind of set the tone, kind of get a feel for the defense. You know, those long drops early in the game, I don't think are a good idea.
We'll see what idea they have next here. On second down, they hand it off. That is a nice run for a 2-yard tackle there by number 21, Ryan Cook.
I think the key for LA is to kind of try and mix it up, at least here early in the game, and put the Washington defense on their heels.
Third and long now for Solly with a very deep opponent. The cornerback, number 24, with the interception. That is, the strong safety, Albert Begin, who is having an incredible season so far. That is interception number 5 for him in the season.
Indeed, interception number 5. And what Albert Begin is so good at, he doesn't have to, move a lot around the secondary. He sits there and reads the quarterback's eyes, reads the flow of the game, and just attacks the weakness. And on that one, he attacked it, and he walked away with an interception.
So now Tommy Utah and company coming out here on the field for the first time. Albert Begin leading the defensive backs of their defense in deflections and now interceptions as well with 5. Washington to start the first down with a handoff down the middle. That is to Dwayne Salmons, and we'll introduce you to their defense or to their offense. Tommy Utah, the quarterback. We just saw Salmons with a nice run, but the other running backs are Christopher Dean and Julian Gusters. They got 5 wide receivers: King Alexander, Johan Sutherland, Terrell Cooper, Shane Kaufman, and Phil Koss. And they have a tight end in Azami Mihara. We'll introduce the rest of the offense after this play on 2nd and 8. It's going to be a handoff, run to the weak side, 1 broken tackle, but Christopher Dean is going to pick up a few more yards, 3rd and 2. On the offensive line, Dakota Butts, Scott Pancake, Bill McMillan, Phil McMillan, and Charles Michael. Charles is 3rd and 2. They're going to run it for sure.
It makes a lot of sense to run it. I mean, they've got the power in the backfield to do it. Let's see.
Question is it going to be down the middle or to the outside? It is off tackle, and that's good for a first down. Sends one of the defenders to the shadow realm, but Dwayne Salmons nonetheless gets a first down.
I mean, great blocking on that offensive line, and the tight end really set the blocking, held their position, and was able to set the gap open enough to get that first down.
They got heavyweights on the offensive line, especially on those tackles, 350 pounds each. Here's Christopher Dean picking up 7 yards on first down, and this offense of the Trident are now well within the red zone.
You know, what's so dangerous about the Washington Trident is both of their halfbacks are max rating in game. I mean, they're both 100, and it's hard to defend them because one gets a rest, the other comes out, and you're not missing a beat. And then you got Gusters at fullback that's, just not as high, but just as dangerous.
Dangerous indeed, as LA tried to gear up and defend this run in 2nd and 3. It has been all running. It's going to be a fullback dive, and Washington gets it. 3 different runners with a carry as Julian Gusters, who already had a touchdown in the season, picks up a first down for his team.
So we talked about the backfield of Washington, how solid they are, but you got to tip the cap to the offensive line of the Trident. Butts, Pancake, both the McMillans, and Michael. They have been blocking the lights out so far early in this game.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter as Washington lines up an eye jokers here. Handoff. Salmons wide open. Virtually 0 defenders to tackle him there.
I know. They got to do something on that edge. I mean, the edge in the middle. They got to put more people up on the line, maybe do some more run blitzing. They got to stop that run game.
A goal line situation for LA. Everyone on the line. Can they stop this Washington drive? Yes, they can for now, as Christopher Dean unable to push it through for a touchdown. It's 3rd and goal with 1 yard to go. 2 yards
Earl
to go.
Fields, the 4th, was able to close down that gap and shut it down, and this is a big down here for LA. See if they can stop them.
3rd and goal, the 2-yard line to the outside. That is good, wide open. It's basically the red carpet rolled out for Dwayne Salmons for 6.
Solid series there for Washington. They set the tone on the running game, and the next time they get the ball, the defense is going to be looking for run, and it's going to give them so many options. They can do run, which they've been successful at, but they can also maybe incorporate a little bit of pass and maybe catch LA on their heels.
Absolutely. Now, granted, this drive has been all run for Washington, not needing to pass at all. Granted, they got those 2 incredible running backs, as you mentioned, Charles. And I know how much you love balanced running and distribution of carries. They got their fullback involved, Charles, but they also vary where they run. Inside, outside, they got a fullback dive, they got off-tackle runs. And what a beauty of a drive.
Yeah, what's so great about that, Mark, and I don't need to tell you this, but when you've got a fully energized halfback or fullback coming in to run it, they're just all power, and you gotta be on your A game on defense to stop them. I mean, if they're a high-rated, like we said, high-rated halfbacks in Salmons and Dean and Gusters, I mean, you bring them in, they're always going to have some breath in the tank, and you just got to be ready for them.
Very true. Well, we'll see if LA's offense themselves have a lot in their tank. It is early on here in this game. The grand total of 3 minutes and 44 seconds have transpired. Washington already up 7-0. LA back on the field after a turnover in their previous offensive drive. Starting with a handoff here. That's going to pick them up for 5 yards, carried by Darius and Eagles.
Not a bad. I mean, you can't be anything other than happy on a 5-yard run on first down, Mark. I mean, it wasn't sexy, but did what he needed to do.
He is their leader in carries with 108 and 313 yards to go with it. 2nd and 5 now, heavy set for LA. They are at their 36-yard line already. Sully will hand this off. This is to Ace Ketchum. Will pick up 2 yards, they say, or maybe 1.
Yeah, Kappa Jones shut that down, but let's see what they do here on 3rd down. A lot of pressure on Sully Richardson. Isn't having, his best season. I mean, he's upside down on the touchdown to interception ratio, and I know he wants to fix that, but tonight's a good chance for him to do that.
Well, it's 3rd and 4 for him. He's going to decide to pass pressure on him, and he makes the completion. Sully Richardson, pressure on his face, and he makes the connection with Chris Lee, his top receiver.
That's right. Top receiver, top target. He is very reliable at 6'3" and 215 pounds. I mean, one of the things that stands out to me for Chris Lee is his quick step off the line. He's able to get some separation from the defenders and able to run a good route and give his quarterback an option for reception.
He is one of the fastest receivers in the league and has 6 touchdowns receiving to his name. He might call out of Chris Lee tonight, but not before a handoff here to Ace Ketchum, I believe that is. He gets another carry to his name for a nice pickup of 7, Charles.
Nice pickup as well. I mean, like you said, we got a little stiff arm action going in there, but good blocking up front by the offensive line. And, I don't hate this drive at all. They're mixing it up between pass and run, and so far it's been successful.
Another Ijax looker for LA, that the 30-yard line pitch to the outside to Darius Iniguez, but he gets tackled and brought down with a huge hit. Number 24 for Washington. I lost the name of that's Albert Begin again.
Yep, Begin again. He is all over the place. I mean, he just like I said, he just sits back there. He's got a good read on the flow of the game, and he just closes it down when he sees where he needs to go.
Now Sully will be up to him again to convert 3rd and 5 approximately here for LA. Sully to throw. Step back, throws to his left side, and that is tipped and deflected. Great jump by number 54, Nathaniel Diggs, who adds a 4th pass deflection to his season.
I don't want to put a hit on Sully there, but I don't think he saw Sully. He saw Nathaniel Diggs there. Nathaniel Diggs was just staying in his coverage and waited for that pass and was able to bat it down.
So now LA set up a field goal, which is up and good. They will cut into this Washington lead. The score is now 7-3, a more promising drive here for LA. Charles, talk about how, the offense of LA has been struggling so far this season. 3rd worst so far in the league.
It's just a matter of, trying to figure out what the right playbook is for them. I know Sully, and his staff puts a lot of hours in trying to figure it out. And, it's one of those things where you just keep trying and try and figure out the right answer. But, so far in this game, I think that first drive, they walked away with 3, and their offensive playbook is so far so good.
So far, so good. They do put points on the board, which bodes positive, at least, for LA to start the game. But Washington back in the field, which will give us a chance to introduce the LA defense in the second after this first down. They're going to start with a handoff down the middle. That is, once again, to Dwayne Salmons. He's going to pick up 6. Let's introduce you to this LA defense. On defensive line, we got Selwyn Lane, Ace Blackwell, Nick Brummer, Bear Winters. Linebackers are Tazzy Blackwell, Brogan Spera, Earl Fields IV, and Greg Ward. Cornerbacks Devontae Moore, Mike Scott, Anthony Wayo, and safeties Monty Wyatt, Ethan Moss, and Ryan Yoso. 2nd and 4, heavy set look for Washington. They're going to give this to Christopher Dean, and man, he almost breaks 2 tackles, jukes one guy before being brought down. I thought he was going to stay down. He gets back up, Charles.
The defense for LA has to do something to stop that run. I mean, it's the Washington offense is just, they know that everything they've put on the field from a run game standpoint has been successful. And LA, really the pressure on. They got to make some adjustments to shut that run game down for Washington.
So far, 10 runs for Washington, 10 plays in the game. They've been all on the ground.
There you go.
First down is only a 2-yard gain. That's right, Charles. There you go. It's only a 2-yard gain.
I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to bring your safety down. You got to bring a middle linebacker in one of the gaps, whatever, to try and shut that down and disrupt the flow of that offense for Washington, because so far they've been just moving down the field at ease.
Late handoff here on a draw play as LA recover quick out of their nickel defense. Christopher Dean will pick up maybe 2 yards. It's 3rd and 5 now for Washington.
Yeah, and the veteran Anthony Wayo was just waiting there. I mean, that's just be creative. Whatever position, CB, free safety, strong safety, linebacker, whatever, just bring them up at the line, try and shut that run game down.
Here comes Tommy Utah. He's going to run this. Can he get the first down? No, he's short. He's short by a yard. And Charles, they might either go for this or punt this. Or would you be gutsy to go for it here?
Not this early. I'd probably punt it, but tip of the cap to Ace Black. I think it was Ace Blackwell that brought him down, just short of the first down.
Credit Utah seeing an opening for him to run, but as you mentioned, LA's defense recover. Ooh, what a hit on the return.
I thought he waved for a fair catch.
Well, regardless of if he did, King Alexander, not feeling quite as much of a king after that hit. He gets brought down to the turf, Charles.
Maybe a pawn at that one.
Didn't need to cross the field and upgrade to a queen or a king. But LA now first down at the 17-yard line. They're going to hand this off. Their running on first down has been decent, as it's another 5-yard gain here for LA's running crew.
You can't hate a 5-yard gain, Mark. I mean, you know better than I. It just sets the tone, and it gives you so many options here on second down.
Let's see what option they go to here, Charles. It is the eye joker set. Many teams love this out of second and medium. Could be run or pass. They will pass. Here comes Sully. Throw to the outside. That is
no.
Oh, they say it's a fumble, Charles. I think this is worth a challenge.
Yeah, get that flag, that hanky out, and throw it down on the turf. Because I don't think he held on to that ball.
And it's probably an extra red hanky with them being in their blood moon uniform.
Maybe he took a step.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Maybe. No, you're right.
That other angle might have changed things a bit. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Flag is coming out as Coach Sully double dipping as both coach and quarterback.
I had to do a double take on that logo at midfield when I saw that from a close-up standpoint. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I'd adjust my screen for a second there. All right, Mark. I'm back now. Thank you.
That's okay. Well, everyone's gonna take a second look at everything here. That didn't look like a football move after the catch, Charles.
Let's see what happens.
And the call is overturned.
That was a
good challenge.
Yeah, agreed.
So LA keeps possession after the challenge. Coach Sully 1, Rutgers 0 still. So
wasn't a bad pass. I mean, it wasn't a bad play at all. It was just receivers have really got to help Sully. I mean, they got to do everything they can to help, build, some confidence and momentum for Sully.
Flip quads look here for LA. They're going to pitch it to the left and got some nice downfield blocking by the receivers. What an incredible run, Charles. The blocking was insane for LA.
I know you, Mark, as the king of pitches in the SFL. You love it. I'm not even going to ask you if you liked it, but that was well executed, good blocking on the edge, and we're looking at a first down.
You say that, and Fort Worth blew up almost all our pitch plays last week or a couple weeks ago. But
Mark, don't deny it. Do not deny it.
I do. I really do. But here's a play on first down again. It's a decent run for 3 yards to the outside, so it seems like Opus Moderati of LA is run the outside.
I love the fact that LA is still sticking to their guns, sticking to that playbook they practiced on all week. They're moving down the field, a couple little glitches in the system, but I think they're working it out.
And off weak side run here. Pretty good run. It's got to set up 3rd and 2. Darius Aniguas has been pretty productive tonight.
Yeah, productive. I mean, you can't undersell that because he got that ball. I thought he was going to get shut down, and he just kept pumping those knees and was able to get a very decent gain out of it.
We got a close game on our hands, folks, but that is 1 quarter down, 3 to go. LA trailing 3-7, but they have the ball here, and they look to either cut into the lead or take the lead. They are here now at Washington's side of the field after some back-to-back good runs here by the offense. Eye Joker set again. And 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Go. Run down the middle.
Nice.
Some nice blocking downfield. That is Darius Aniguas once again.
That's right. You said it. Great blocking. Let's see the replay here. Well, we won't see the replay, but good blocking on the edge, able to get that first down set up.
Here's the the formation where it was a fumble on the play, but the sweep play given to Ace Ketchum, not able to turn upfield for any yards. At least he keeps it a 0-yard gain for the team.
You know, Mark, I think if he would have cut in earlier instead of trying to stretch. I know he's a disciplined runner. If he made an adjustment and bounced inside earlier, we might have been looking at a better game.
Sully under center again with 4 wideouts. Really loving this formation so far tonight. They go back to it here. They're going to motion their tight end. Their fullback, Dan Curtis, who's playing as a receiver here. Sully to throw. Down the middle.
Nice.
Complete.
Oh, yeah.
Tree. Oh, what a catch, and gets hit on the way down too.
Yeah, I love it how they bring in the fullback there, to throw things off, lined up in the slot, put them in motion. The defense was kind of scratching their head. What are we going to do here? And I tell you what Bubba Tree did was run a great route, and Sully Richardson hit him in stride, and we're looking at a first down.
It's interesting too, because as a defense, you see a fullback out there. Do I bring out my extra linebacker to cover the fullback? Here comes 1st and 10 now at the side of Washington. Once again, pitch to the outside.
Look at that.
Beautiful run.
I know.
Single back pitch run. They get a first down.
I know you think that's beautiful, my friend. A pitch to the fullback. Look at that. Oh, I think you have tears in your eyes.
I have tears in my eyes for more reasons than one. One other reason is that the teams probably have my playbook already written down after that play. Charles, 1st and 10 for LA. They're looking really good this drive. Can they convert? The important thing is, can they get a touchdown? They're going to go with a nice run down the middle to fullback. How about back-to-back runs by Dan Curtis?
Yeah, and Dan Curtis, given the ball, he executes. But it also helps when you have that offensive line and the tight end, Grabowski and Flash, blocking their heads off. I mean, as best as they can. They're locking it up number to number and getting some good gaps for the running backs to run.
The battle of the fullbacks as far as carries go. Dan Curtis winning this one versus Julian Gusters. A run to the middle. Oh, hit. There is Inigo's. Oh, they say it's a first down.
Yeah, that was generous. I think that was generous, my friend. But hey, good effort there by Iniguez just to, get that first down. And he's shown it all night. I mean, it's not, he gets hit, coming after he gets the ball, and he's just able to churn for a couple extra yards.
1st and 10 by LA. Throw too near the end zone. That is incomplete. Hit his receiver on the chest, but unable to haul that in. That's Darius Iniguez who run the vertical route there.
And they weren't expecting that. And you know better than I. You send those fullbacks and those halfbacks on those deep routes, you're kind of rolling the dice because they're not. They don't have the best hands in the world.
Still have the speed and break tackle. So if they make the catch, Charles, it becomes deadly with the run of the catch. But they line up here in the pro flex. The running back goes backfield again. He is hit as he throws and bobbles the ball. Fortunately, that it doesn't get picked off in midair.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, that was an odd play. You had Ketchum lined up in the slot and then did a motion into the backfield. And after that, it was just all duck action.
Now empty look here for Sully Richardson. We have 4 wide receivers and a tight end out there in the field. Tight end lined up on the offensive line. They're going to motion. That's number 86, Jack Flash. Their top tight end so far, or after Grabowski at least. Sully to throw to the outside.
Oh, what a
good! What a pass! What a vision, Charles. He saw LZ Pryor wide open on the outside.
Oh, that was Sully. I mean, Sully just had that play, and I know when he saw the way it was lined up and who was covering who, he just, this is my play, and put it just only where Pryor could catch it. What a great series there for LA.
It was basically born out of their great running, and then LZ Pryor outran both Maxwell Quibby and one other defender. I think it was Warner, the second player in coverage, and just wide open on the vertical route. Left uncovered, Charles.
I mean, LA needs to do this at home. And they had to answer, and they showed it on that play. They did with a field goal in the previous possession, and on this one they just showed Very solid running game, solid block, and heads up quarterback, and walk away with 7, and now they're up by 3.
Up by 3 after an incredible drive. Now it's Washington here with an incredible return. They're going to start at their 37-yard line. The ball returner was Phil Koss, and Washington, at least in the matchup, has been dominant. 55 points in their last showing, but now down by 3 points. On the road, Washington is 1-4-2, as their 2 road losses are to DC and Albuquerque. Those are 2 strong teams, Charles. This is LA 1-6. You're hoping, or you expect, more often than not, that they might come away with a win here. 1st and 10 now at their 37-yard line. I spread look. They're going to hand this off here. Why not?
Nice run by Salmons there. The blocking was okay, but I think a lot of it was him adjusting after he got the handoff, adjusting where he needed to go, and got a good gain there. Good 5.
Good 5, meaning it's 2nd and 5. Ajax, look, some kind of heavy look. LA matched with a heavy box as well, and not enough room. Only a 2-yard gain here. That is, once again, Christopher Dean with just a 2-yard gain there.
I mean, we talked about adjustments on defense. We saw it on that when they put a couple extra folks there in the box to try to shut that down, and it worked.
They line up again in heavy, signaling some kind of a run. 8 in the box here for LA. The motioned wide receiver signaling some kind of zone for LA, perhaps. This run will be to the outside. Can Salmons get there? Salmons, no!
Oh my gosh.
He was running too horizontal, Charles.
I know, and Wyo, though, just from the snap, he just had the crosshairs on the running back. I don't know what they're challenging here, but...
Well, they're hoping that the referees had a bad last, I don't
think he crossed the line at all.
No.
Back to Wyo. I mean, Wyo, the veteran, 16 season in the SFL, just ran down that line and knew where he needed to bring him down, and there's no way he crossed. I mean, maybe his elbow did, but we'll see.
Not the ball. Not the ball. The referee will give us our decision. Yep.
There you go.
So, an unadvisable challenge here turns into... Well, it doesn't turn into anything. It is still 4th and inches. I don't think they're in any position to go for it, but they will. Wait, no, this is a punt. So the punting unit is out on the field. LA will force a punt out of Washington, who has been pretty good offensively so far. Here's the return.
All right.
Oh, decent return. Nice going the sideline there, Charles.
Bubba Tree. That was a tip of the cap to you, good sir. That was, I would be fair catching that one, but he said, I'm going to do it. And he ran. I think he got 15 yards on that return. Well done, sir.
The agility to stay inbounds and walk the tightrope, as they say, avoiding that sideline is essentially an extra defender. And
how many 6'5" returners do you see?
In the roster?
In the league, 6'5" punt returners. Not many.
Not many. Sully will throw and down. He also throws an interception and first down. Not the way you want to throw. He throws his 17th interception of the season. His QBR is going to tank even more after this play.
Yeah, that's very, very, very unfortunate. I mean, it was an ill-advised throw, and I don't know what Sully was thinking on that one, but he's going to shake it off and get another shot here. But now the pressure is on the defense to try and get the ball back.
Now it's Utah who's going to get a chance here. I was hoping to introduce the Washington defense, but I guess they said, well, let's put our offense back in the field. How about Utah with a nice catch downfield, middle of the field completion to number 19, Terrell Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper did the one-hand show-off catch, the highlight reel. Nice pass and, able to move the chains. No coverage whatsoever. And, Ryan Yosef came in the end to shut it down, but, not before he got a first down.
So 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Washington down by 3 points. First down inside the red zone. They line up in bunch formation. Tommy Utah under center. He's going to roll out here. Has room and space to throw. And it's going to throw an incompletion, I think. Targeting Shane Kaufman. The ball was in the hands of his receiver, but just could not haul it in.
There are a lot of red jerseys in that zip code, my friend. And very dangerous. I mean, that's an option where you either throw it out of bounds or just tuck it and try and get a yard, or you don't want to throw it into that mosh pit because it's going to turn out bad.
They will go empty here, Charles, in second down. They're probably smelling end zone in one play here. We'll see what Utah does. Utah will throw to the left. That is picked off! Deflected and caught by the opponent in the red zone, which will push LA all the way to their 20-yard line. So back and forth we go.
Monty Wyatt with his 4th interception of the season. And you know what, Monty? Mr. Wyatt, your team needed that, and you rose to the occasion and brought it in, and now you're giving Sully, veteran quarterback, another chance to shake off that interception and put some points on the board.
That is his 4th interception, as you mentioned, Charles, tying his teammate Mike Scott. Him and Wayo is leading this defensive backfield for LA. LA back on the field with their offense. They're going to start with a handoff. Charles, I'm going to introduce us to this Washington defense, as they also deserve an introduction. Ronnie Panani, Kane McNeely, Doug Howard, and Tina Begin are on the defensive line. Linebackers are Nicholas Warner, Nathaniel Diggs, and TJ Harper. Cornerbacks are Mark Kaufman, Ryan Cook, John DeSantis, and Maxwell Quimby. And their safeties are Kappa Jones, Willie Banks, Albert Begin. On second down, Washington forced a TFL against, I believe that was either fullback Dan Curtis on the run. No, it's Ace Ketchup.
Tina Begin was just waiting for that one. It's hard to run up in the middle with Tina Begin there, waiting for, she's hungry. She wants to shut it down, and she did on that play.
The pass is Sully. Deep. Incomplete, as the coverage by Washington was solid. Intended target was number 16 here, Joseph Baudet.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, the defense rose to the occasion and put the ball in the offense's hand, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And now we're given another opportunity for Washington. And with plenty of time left in the first half, they can put some more points on the board.
Here's the punt. Good coverage by this punting unit of LA. They're going to start at the 45-yard line. You're watching the Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on the VFN, SFL Week 12 continues through Monday, and the SFL Minor League has a triple header Tuesday. No other network gives you more football. The SFL lives on VFN. First and 10 at the 45-yard line for Washington. Look at LA push up on the line here. Are they going to blitz against a potential run? Going to rush 5. Tommy Utah will throw to the outside, and that is complete. That is to Mihara. No, that is not to Mihara. That's Koss. Bill Koss gets a nice catch for a first down.
I don't hate the defense on that one. I mean, they sent the blitz up the middle. Was well covered by the offensive line, but, you got to mix it up. And Ryan Yosef was able to bring it down, but, mix it up and try and keep Tommy Utah's head on a swivel. But on that particular play, he knew who he was going to go to and executed it.
Empty look again for Utah. He threw a pick out of this formation the previous drive. He's going to throw again to the middle. Mihara is there. Nice catch on a route. Catches it on stride and picks up a first down.
Yeah, I mean, that's, when you got Mihara there as your tight end, I mean, very, very solid season. I mean, great season for Mihara. It's a tool you need, and it's also a good safety valve when you don't see anybody anybody open deep. You just toss it off to Mihara, and you know he's going to bring it in.
That was only Utah's 5th attempt of the game so far, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. Here's the late handoff here to Dwayne Salmons. He picks up 4 yards. Utah 3 for 5. Salmons 9 attempts, 38 yards.
So Washington's knocking on the red zone here, and it's LA's in a position where they got to find something to disrupt the flow here of Washington's offense.
They have 9 in the box here for LA. They're gonna try to stop Christopher Dean. I've been starting calling 4 different people's names, but Christopher Dean, a gain of 2, they said.
And that was a good stop. And the defense needed that, and they need to continue to do something to mix it up and maybe send some extra blitzers in.
Utah will throw on 3rd and medium. Chased by a defender. He has to run. He's going to fumble it. His teammate will fall on it. Sutherland saves the possession, Charles, but it's catchy fumble by the quarterback.
Yeah, you're living right. I mean, when you run and you fumble and and your wide receiver Sutherland just standing there to recover it, most of the time the defense recovers it, and the defense is definitely shaking their head saying we should have brought that in, but just got to dig their heels in and try and stop it.
And work on those ball protection drills for Tommy Utah later on in practice after the game here. It's the delayed handoff here to Dwayne Salmons. He picks up another 7. He has been incredibly efficient, averaging over 4.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, very reliable, but you also got to put some credit on that offensive line. I mean, they've been setting the tone, and again, the defense for LA, they got to do something to take charge here in the trenches.
It is a little soft here on the box for LA, but they recover, Charles. It's only a 1-yard gain. Great tackle. That is number 57 for LA. I got a name for that.
Burrow.
Yes. Sparrow with a tackle. Washington to throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's a complete to Mihara. It's a short pass. They're going to call another timeout here. They're 1st and goal now with 3 yards to go, but I feel like they have pass on their minds right now.
Oh, definitely. And it wasn't an exotic route there. I mean, it was just like 2 steps downfield, go to the oak tree, and then go right, and he was open.
Look here, split back look for Washington. It's the first time they've rolled out with split backs. Will throw here, deflected by the lineman. That ball popped up. It could have been picked up by another LA defender.
Greg Ward just showed some hops there and was able to deflect the ball. That was a huge defensive play.
Wow, Ward with a nice jump there. It's now his 5th deflection for the season. LA wide here in the box. They have 8 in the box. The throw is Utah. Pressure's coming. Oh! It's deflected, almost picked off, Charles. Earl Field, the 4th, had his sights on interception.
He had it. He had every finger on that ball. I can't believe he wasn't able to bring that in.
He has hands made of flubber as it just bounces off of him. Empty look at 3rd goal line with 3 yards to go. Pressure coming. Throw down the middle. It's good. Mihara on the nice slant route will get a touchdown.
I mean, he's a magician. I mean, his routes, they're not like crazy exotic. He just runs them to perfection, and he's able to find the gap in the coverage. And there you go. I mean, there are defenders around him. Just did a very simple route, not exotic at all, like I said. And Tommy Utah knows who to go to in those pressure situations.
Yeah, and LA lined up with the defense to match the empty look of Washington, which means a more spread out defense in a goal line situation. And suddenly, it opened up the middle of the field, opened up the middle of the end zone, Charles. You said about Mihara finding open zones in the defense. Well, that slant route was run to beauty. 56 seconds left to go in the first half, and Washington gets the lead 14-10. LA hang on, but better offense that drive.
Yeah, I mean they've got 55 seconds left. I mean, in my mind, you don't want to turn the ball over, in your own territory. Just in my mind, run the clock out, go to the locker room and make some adjustments and come back out.
Especially since Washington will get the ball back to start the second half. And with that run, LA signaling that they are content with the score. Not quite happy that they are behind, Charles, but they're not going to push it here. Well, we'll see.
Never
Second and
know,
8.
Mark.
3 wide receivers, Charles.
Oh, here we go.
He's going to throw. Sully to throw.
Here
Step
we
back.
go.
It's a short pass.
Oh,
It's
dear.
well covered. He throws the
Ill-advised,
shin
my
of the
friend.
defender.
Ill-advised.
I think that's a gain of, well, it's an incompletion. Hits the defender on the shin.
Yeah, they may be passing it again.
Well, it's
Everywhere.
empty.
Empty
It's
gave that one
empty.
away.
Unless Sully just decides to go for a QB draw here. But he will throw.
Yeah.
He's going to go down, though. He looked at the face of the abyss, and the abyss stared back and sent forth a sacker.
You know what? I think that was the best thing that could have happened on that play.
Fair. Not a turnover.
Yeah.
Clock keeps going.
Let it tick down, and yeah. It depends on a great punt here. Let's see how they do.
The punt is let go. 3 seconds left on the clock here. The return will be to the 50-yard line. There's 17 seconds to go. Washington have no more timeouts, Charles, but they are in a position where they can be a bit more aggressive here.
I agree. I mean, if I was Washington, why not just dial it up and see what happens?
They are maybe 15 yards away from field goal range, trying to get to the 30-ish yard line. And in fact, Tommy Utah has 3 wide receivers and the touchdown scoring Mihara on the field, which means they're smelling blood. They're smelling blood here. Tommy Utah, deep step back, has all time to throw. Throws deep. Oh my! What a gutsy throw to Johan Sutherland on a deep route.
Great coverage. I mean, Sutherland was triple covered. There's no way he was going to bring that in.
If he did, we would have to revive the nice hands catch of the game. Fortunately, it did not. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Still at the 47-yard line of LA. They're back to their heavy set. So mayhaps this is it for them. No timeouts left. They're going to hurry up back to the line. Tommy Utah will do one more play here and saturate the plays of Wayne Salmons. And that, folks, is how the first half ends. Washington with a late first half touchdown to take the lead, 14-10. We have a very close match here at hands. Charles, how'd you like that first half?
I'm still I'm breathless that you used mayhaps in a sentence. I didn't even know that was still used these days. But hey, good on you. No, I think this is a close game, and I love the fact that it's a close game. LA's got to represent, Washington coming into their home territory, and they have so far. I mean, a couple mistakes on the Lycan side, but not so much that they can't adjust. They know what they need to do. They got to stop that running game of the Trident, and on the second half, let's see what the adjustments do. But Salmons has had a good game, and Utah has been pretty steady. But overall, I think LA is still in this, and let's see what they can do in the second half.
They're definitely still in this. I mean, you look at the comparison of yards in the game, Charles, 141 for Washington, 121 for LA. So as far as production goes, Charles, LA can do it. They have just, unfortunately, turned the ball over twice off of Sully Richardson's interceptions. Back here, welcome back to the SFL in the Virtual Football Network. We are back with LA hosting the Washington Tridents. It's a divisional matchup. 2 divisional rivals are staring down the barrel of a 4-point game led by Washington here, 14-10. They have the ball here to start the second half, which means they have it all in their right to extend the lead here. A field goal will put them up by 7. They're going to start with a handoff to Wayne Salmons. down the middle for 2. Nice nice tackle by LA.
I mean, neither of these quarterbacks in the first half were setting any world records from a performance standpoint. But, I mean, I think Tommy Utah has the edge there, and I think the other advantage is that offensive line for Washington is really doing a good job setting up the halfbacks for success.
Not a lot of success here, though, Charles, as I think LA's adjustment on the defense forced a 0-yard carry there. 3rd and 8 now at their 22-yard line. Utah has 4 wide receivers out there in the field. He's going to throw. It's a swing route, a screen pass. Can he get a first down? Yes! What a run after the catch by Christopher Dean, the second running back in the roster.
I love it. I love that play because it keeps the defense isn't expecting it. And once you have a successful play like that, defense is always going to try and prevent that, and it gives you so many options, on future passes.
Sutherland, the slot receiver, had an out route that evolved into a downfield block for Christopher Dean here. First down again. Tommy Utah will throw in first down. He's going to get sacked after the pump fake. That's the second sack on Tommy Utah tonight.
Bear Winters with his second sack of the season. He just came through the blocking scheme for Washington, barely touched, and was able to bring the quarterback down.
I was talking to Coach Sully Richardson prior to the game, asking if there were any shout-outs or dedications to this game. Bear Winters is one of his shout-outs for the contributions he had been doing for the team. Pressure coming to Sully Richardson. That is incomplete, 3rd and 16. But back to my point, Charles. Bear Winters with a sack there. Sully Richardson, Coach Sully, would like to shout him out for his contributions to their team. And turns out, Charles, Bear Winters is retiring at the end of the season.
Oh, man.
Going to be missed by LA and by the league for sure.
Definitely.
3rd and 16 for Washington. Tommy Utah has 4 wide receivers with him. 1 running back in the backfield for extra protection, perhaps. 4 rushing by LA, tipped and then complete. That defender soared like an eagle to make that stop.
I think that was Mike Scott was just able to put his hand up at the last second and deflect that pass.
Mike Scott will force the punt here thanks to his efforts. Washington now will punt the ball back. I got a chance to talk to both teams, Charles, asking about their thoughts about this matchup. Let's before that,
here we go.
Here we go. Tackle. He's got room to the end zone. He's at the 20, the 10, and he might even have time to do a little shimmy. No, he just walks it off into the end zone. The script is flipped in one play, Charles.
Bubba Tree. Oh my God! And he's a big man. We talked about Bubba Tree. 6'5", 225. You don't see 6'5", 225 returners too much in the SFL. And on this one, he got it, and he just plowed through the special team Washington and took it to the glory land.
He had a convoy who even had time to stop because that's how open he was to be. Oh, man. He destroyed 2 defenders on the way to the touchdown.
Oh, my gosh. Bubba Tree.
Coach Sully, the sideline, probably screaming his heart out after that incredible play by his kick returner. Now LA up with the lead, 17-14.
Bubba's middle name is Sequoia.
Is it now? Is it because he just laid the wood on those defenders?
He's so large.
Guess that's why the Toyota Sequoia is also called the Sequoia. Well, Washington thought that they were done for the offense. They thought they could get rest, Charles. Guess what? They're back on the field now. At the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Wayne Samuels in the backfield. They're going to motion the receiver from left to right, overloading that right side, Charles.
Smart.
Man.
A good read on the zone.
That'll be a great place to pitch to, but instead it's a handoff down the middle, no gain.
So, Mark, your offensive coordinator, you do an audible to to motion somebody to the top of the screen, and it's showing clear zone. Still want to stick to the run, or you might want to try your luck on a pass?
That's a good question, Charles. It also depends on which zone the quarterback reads off of that and what place they have in the handbook, right? But the handoff here goes for about 2 yards. It's gonna set up 3rd and 8. The last 3rd and long here, incomplete and deflected by LA. Can they complete here in the 3rd and long?
So from my standpoint, you got a flood situation at the top of the screen. You can really take advantage of that zone. Just me.
I agree. I honestly would either throw or run to where you flood it. If you run it, you have extra blockers that side. But Utah will throw down the middle. That is complete. A beautiful run and completion. Basically by Tommy Utah. He's going to keep the chain going for his team. The completion was to Terrell Cooper, who gets... Now, get this, Charles. Washington has 4 receivers with over 250 yards receiving in the season, including Terrell Cooper. Talk about spreading the love.
Yeah, and on that one, great blocking, and Terrell Cooper, not a sexy route there, just straight down the field, and he was found by Utah.
Oh, how about straight down Utah's face again? Number 95 is eating him up. Bear Winters with sack number 2.
Anytime a bear hits you, it doesn't result in a good story. And on that one, I hope Utah gets up and is able to play in the next series. Play, excuse me.
Utah only has been sacked a total of 9 times in the season, but already twice tonight. Utah's going to run this, avoids the sack. It's going to set up 3rd and long here. They have the means to convert on 3rd and long, as they've shown in the previous play, Charles.
You know what? I tell you what. Tommy Utah gets hammered by the bear, and then on the next play, he decides to run it. I mean, that's gutsy. I would have thrown it out of bounds.
Time look by LA to counter this empty set. Their coverage is man. Look at the top of your screen. 2 against 3 receivers. Utah has time. Throws to the left. Incomplete. Ball was in the hand of his receiver, but it was just jarred loose, broken up by Scott on the coverage.
Yeah, Mike Scott had that. I don't know how. The defensive backs, Mark, down the field. I mean, your player's a defensive back. They've got eyes in the back of their head. On that one, how would you know? I mean, turn the body just right at the right second in order to mess that play up.
He's got feelers extending 10 yards out of his body. You could feel the receiver trying to make a catching move, and just turns around and slams. Here's another hit on the returner. That's the 2nd time they've hit a returner. Well, I think either team has hit the returner huge already tonight.
Ryan Cook hit Bubba Tree. But you know what? Bubba Tree, I think, is just kind of saving it for a key return when they need him.
He'll take those because he already has a touchdown. He's like, yeah, keep him coming. I already scored on you guys. First down by LA. Spread look. Basically, I spread. They could run here. They could pass here. LA or Washington matched with a nickel look here. To the outside, and that's a scary throw, Charles. He was solely picked off twice in that route.
That was tight coverage. I don't know what he saw the rest of the field. I couldn't see it from up here. Man, that was a dangerous option.
It's either what he saw or just the amount of trust he had in his receiver, but unfortunately his receiver unable to break away from the tight coverage. I spread look again. Sully, all the pressure in the world by Washington. Oh my goodness, Sully had a chance as Washington sends almost the entire house.
Yeah, I mean, it was good coverage downfield. I don't think there were any options for Sully. And he gave it his best shot, but double coverage downfield is going to shut it down.
Now he's going to send out 4 wide receivers for Sully. Time look by Washington. Pressure coming. Picked off again for the 3rd time. Oh my, is this going to be a pick six? No, they clean it up, but Sully Richardson cannot catch a break. The third one of the game. That is the 18th one for the season for him.
And the third interception for Nicholas Warner, the inside linebacker. I just was sitting back there playing center field, and I don't think Sully saw Warner, and Warner made him pay for it.
Warner's playing at an all-star level this season. 78 tackles, 16 TFLs, and the third interception that we just saw right there. Very deserving of the all-star nod so far. LA with a nice run blitz to force a tackle for loss there.
Yeah, and it was a nice tackle by Tazzy Blackwell. I mean, when your offense needs a little lift, Tazzy Blackwell comes out there and makes that tackle in the backfield.
Washington already in field goal range. LA send a safety blitz, but at least Koss makes the catch. It's 3rd and 4 now.
Phil Koss, I don't know if we heard his name at all tonight. I think this is the first time he was targeted. I may be wrong, but he targeted a couple times. But
yeah, he has been returning balls on special teams. As far as catching, not a lot. Here's the throw. Oh, that is complete. Shane Kaufman with his first catch and 3 targets. We are being told Phil Koss had 2 catches, and Shane Kaufman puts them up in goal situation.
Yeah, they are dancing right outside the goal line, and it's up to the LA Lycans defense to raise the fence and shut it down. Let's see what they can do here. Got to do something to, if Washington puts points on the board, ton of pressure on LA.
Oh, they pinch all the defenders to the inside. Washington can run this outside and score a touchdown. Let's see what they do. It is to the outside, but the line gets through them. The offensive line breaks down, and the defensive line gets to Dwayne Salmons.
Nick Brummer, the defensive tackle, 6'4", 325, wasn't touched and just looked like he timed that right at the snap and was able to shut it down.
Well, his partner pancaked the offensive lineman. That was one blocker. Oh, no! Oh, what a touchdown by the fullback! Washington said tackle for loss, meet Julian Gusters instead.
Yeah, great block. At one play, the previous play, the offensive line made a snafu. They got in that huddle. They, hit a couple of people in the helmet, made an adjustment, and on that one, gave it to Gusters, and Gusters just went to the promised land.
Man, this game is like a metronome. It's just going back and forth and back and forth. 21-17. If you told me that this game had 50 lead changes, I would believe it.
I mean, LA is, they're fighting at home, but Washington is really showing their ability to run the ball on the ground, and that offensive line is just stellar.
Here's Bubba Tree on is it Tree on the return? No, that is Baudet on the return. Going to return it all the way to the 31-yard line. I mean, both teams so far tonight evenly matched as far as the score shows, right? LA or Washington with only a 4-point lead. You look at the numbers for the season for both teams. Offensively, very closely matched. Washington, 18.7 points per game. LA, only 17.4, but that is only a difference of 1.3 points per game for either team. Can LA answer back after that touchdown? Sully will hand this off here. Oh, nice tackle to the outside by Washington. That's Nicholas Warner with a tackle.
Hey, what, Warner, he looks like a defensive tackle out there. He's inside linebacker. He's 6'3", 270.
He has also 2 pass deflections and an interception, so he may look stocky, but he is very athletic. Curtis with the catch down the middle, and it's going to set up 3rd and 2 here.
3rd and 2. You don't have to go too deep here. You got some players on your team. Haven't heard a lot from the tight ends tonight. This is a perfect opportunity to maybe get them involved.
3rd and 2, and Sully decides to pass. Will throw deep, and it's complete. Sully Richardson finds LZ Pryor, who gets catch number 2 in 5 targets. He gets a big one for LA.
Had some pressure, took a couple steps. The veteran adds time by making those steps in the backfield. And Elsie Pryor made an adjustment. I don't know how Pryor knew the ball was coming, but was able to turn the body the opposite way and was able to wait for the ball to hit right in the midst.
And I think Pryor, he was covered by 2 defenders. I had to fight through 2 defenders to make that catch. Sully will throw again. Pressure's coming. Sully stands up. He throws. It's incomplete, but he survives the sack.
But that's, props to Sully for getting through that. And I know once you get out of that, your head's kind of on a swivel. You had an open wide receiver at the top of the screen, but he threw into coverage.
The 40-yard line, Sully to throw again to the middle again. Oh, incomplete, but I believe that was at the hands of his receiver, his running back, really, as Darius Iniguez, again running the vertical route.
Yep, this is a big 3rd and 10. They gotta execute on this one. Last 2 plays were a little sloppy.
It is empty now for Sully and company here. 4 wide receivers and a tight end. Sully will throw. Deep step back. He's going to let go and incomplete. So 3 straight incompletions by Richardson means that they are not able to keep the chains moving. They're outside of field goal range. They're going to bring up the punting unit.
Now the dial turns to the defense for LA. I mean, they gotta make some positive whatever, anything you can do to throw off the rhythm of the offense for Washington. I mean, pressure on for the defense for LA.
Well, Washington's offense is back here on the field. When I talked to Coach Thump about the start of their season, they started 1-3, but they've since been on a 3-win streak. We asked what it was like in their front office. They said they've, their losses were due to some illnesses by the front office, but now that everyone's back, they are back in their winning form, Charles. And even tonight, it's proof of that. They're back on their winning lead, up 21-17, and looks like playoff bound too, perhaps.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing that's standing out to me is Washington run offense is really, really solid.
Their sack protection, though, at least tonight, has been much more to be desired, as that is sack number 3 against Tommy Utah now.
Sack number 3 against Utah and sack number 4 for the season for Lane. Just got around the blocker, showed some speed, and I don't think Utah knew what the heck was going to hit him.
So it's 3rd and very long here. Tommy Utah will throw to the outside, tipped and incomplete. That sack essentially catalyzed the ending of that drive. Another interesting stat, Charles, that was pointed out to me by Coach Thump. The Washington offensive line, prior to this game, has not given up a sack in 3 weeks. They've got to credit this LA defense for breaking that streak in devastating manner. 3 sacks tonight against that offensive line. Punt is up. Will be caught at the 45-yard line. Here's a return, broken tackle, and a huge hit to bring Bubba Tree down. But they're at Washington's 48 now.
Tree. Hard to bring the tree down. And they're in great position here on the right side of the 50-yard line. This is a perfect... I mean, LA has to put points on the board. I mean, they have to. They're in a perfect setup here. You can't ask for a better setup.
They, I would say, are about 18 yards away from a good kicking range. They line up with 3 wide receivers and a fullback in the backfield. Throw down the middle of the field. That is incomplete. That is once again looking for Darius Iniguez. And Darius Iniguez, out of that 3 wide receiver look, is always the slot receiver.
I know, and the funny thing, or the questionable thing is, why is that the wide receiver, the first target? I mean, you got a wide receiver running into double coverage, and you've got other receivers on the top of the screen and bottom of the screen that have some separation.
There's Iniguez is still there, Charles. The slot receiver is Iniguez. The backfield running back is their fullback. See what they do here. This is probably a throw for Sully. He will throw. Short step back. It's going to be a dump to the middle of the field. Broken tackle. Spins out to 1. It's going to force 3rd and 2. So nice running by LZ Pryor of the catch there.
Nice play. I mean, it was unexpected. I mean, I did not expect that play at all. A dump off the Pryor and a good run after catch.
Eye Jokers now. Hand off to the weak side. Good blocking for the fullback, which means they're able to get Iniguez a first down and more. And that, with 5 seconds to go, will be how the third quarter ends. LA looking to take the lead, down 17-21. Washington hanging on to their 4-point lead. And folks, put your 4s up. It is the fourth quarter, the final frame here in the division rivalry of LA and Washington. LA now, 1st and 10. This is not quite field goal range. Probably 4 yards away.
Right.
Iniguez, look at Iniguez in the slot. It's going to be a pitch to the outside. He's going to get no yards. It's a loss. Great tackle here by number 54 on Washington.
Yeah, that was odd. I don't know what it just looked wrong from the snap. I mean, maybe the offensive line missed the blocking scheme or whatever, but I think they want to forget that play and move on.
They go back and split back, and it's going to be some kind of a sweep or outside zone play, east to west instead of north to south running by LA.
3rd and 10. They gotta. I'm thinking they need to maybe look to the outside because the inside, from a coverage standpoint, has been locked down by Washington all night.
I agree, but also that's where his interceptions have come from the outside. This is a deep middle of the field throw, and to your point, Charles, that middle of the field has been a no-fly zone against LA. Albert, begin with coverage.
All right, so pressure's on the defense for LA. Let's see. Washington's playing a good game on both sides. I mean, they made some adjustments at the half, and the defensive coverage for Washington just as far as got the edge.
Sully Richardson, talk about struggling on passing tonight. He is 6 for 23. That is 26% completion rate. He has a quarterback rating of 18. Basically from the 3 interceptions he threw to his 1 touchdown. So not a good statistical night for Richardson by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, not at all. And I know he knows that better than we do. But he's a performer, and he wants to go out there and try and right the ship.
Nice throw on first down by Utah. He's going to find Shane Kaufman on what looks like a dig route. First down.
And Washington's in the driver's seat here. I mean, they've shown success in the mid to short passing game and also the run game. And, the perfect opportunity for them to milk the time off the clock.
They're going to try to milk it here. I mean, they could keep running it, and they have been so good to start the game with their running. I'm surprised they've gone back to it. They're going to throw again here. Up 4 points. They decide to throw. It's a completion to Tara Cooper for another first down.
And there wasn't a lot of time available for Cooper on that route, but you had to really make a decision, snap decision, execute, have a great pass, and Utah got it to him just in the right time.
Doubles look here for Utah. The running back's offset to the right side. Utah will throw again. Utah overthrows his receiver. Mihara was open, but the ball was misplaced.
Yeah, a little bit of zip on there, but man, I know Utah is kicking himself on that one because they had a huge gain on that play.
Well, same formation, but flipped here for Washington Tridents. They are now up to 208 yards in the evening. Look at the top of the screen again, flooded. Man coverage, Utah will throw. He's going to throw to that side of the field, and that is going to go to no one.
Yeah, they did on man-to-man. They did a motion play up into the top of the screen, and it was showing man, and just decided to press it anyway. And the LA defense is saying, not today.
That's what they need here as the time is winding down. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, down 4 points. LA need to get off the field here on defense. Tommy Utah will throw to the outside. There, caught despite the defender trying to jump the ball. Tommy Utah converts a first down for his team.
Nice play. I mean, that is a huge first down play, and it's got to be frustrating for the defense of LA. I mean, they had decent coverage there. Double coverage. One from the passing lane, number 35. Anthony Wayo was there to cut off the passing lane, but just an accurate pass by Utah.
An adjustment by Kaufman on the route. He was bumped on the route, but still the wherewithal to make that catch. Pressure's coming to Utah. Throw deep is complete. Utah is playing out of his mind here in the fourth quarter. He's completed 4 in this drive alone, and he's going to push them forward. Terrell Cooper with the catch.
Utah's just ready to shut this down and go home. I mean, he is extremely accurate here in this quarter. And on that play, the last 2 plays has just been crazy.
Yeah, Cooper outrunning his man defender, and only single high safety meant that he had space. Here's a late handoff on the draw play. They're going to get another 6 yards. The running game rearing its head again for Washington.
Love it. I mean, it's a perfect time to run a draw play. You've got 3 or 4 plays passing that are successful. Perfect time to insert the draw play and catch the defense napping.
Heavy set look now for Washington. Signaling run. LA counter with 8 in the box. They're going to pitch this to the outside, and LA cleans it up. It's a gain of 1 yard on the play.
Great pursuit by LA. I mean, they had to do that. I mean, it's starting to get into their home, their end zone, so they got to do something to shut it down. And, they put the pressure on there to shut down the run.
3rd and 3. They can throw here. We've seen them throw in 3rd and 3. Tommy Utah. We've seen him throw one of those quick in routes to Mihara, or slant routes. Mihara motion to the left side. He's gonna block. It's a run. Wow. It's a pitch play. He's open.
Wow.
He just walks it in.
That right there was a statement run. A statement run. A great blocking set up by the offensive line and the tight ends on the edge and the wide receiver as well. But after that, it was Wayne Salmons with great execution, great stiff arm, great power to just roll on into the end zone and take a significant lead here over LA.
Very big lead. LA was hoping to force a field goal, Charles, to keep it a 7-point game. Instead, it's a 10-point or 11-point lead now for Washington over LA. And in this division rivalry, LA have their backs to the rope with less than 7 minutes to go.
And the good news is there's still time on the board, but the bad news is that the offensive passing game for LA has been very, very underperforming tonight, and having to rely on that, they have to get some sort of kickstart, because what we've seen so far tonight is not, I don't think, is enough.
That is true. In fact, that's a good point. That return touchdown means that in reality, LA have only 10 points offensively. They're going to start their comeback with a handoff to the outside. It's a gain of only 3 yards. Sunday, a SFL 4-pack of games gets started with Baltimore and Florida in need of a win, plus Sin City, Chicago, Vancouver, Albuquerque, and Bossier City, Oklahoma City. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. On Monday, Cameron Irvine and you, Charles, are back for Monday Night Spectacular. It's going to be a South Division Classic with Fort Worth trying to keep pace with Mexico City south of the border in primetime. Kickoff at 8:15 on Monday. The SFL lives on the Virtual Football Network. Second down, run to Ace Ketchum. It's 3rd and 4. And Charles, I think they're a little too conservative for the deficit they're in right now.
Yeah, the clock is not their friend, Mark, and this run game. I mean, it's better than the pass game, but I don't think it's enough to put points on the board.
Solly to throw, sticks up the sack. He's gonna run, and he's gonna be short by 2 yards. I think you're at 4th down situation now, Charles.
Oh, definitely, and I personally think you got to go for it.
They will. They agree with you, Charles. They will line up with a split back 2 wide receiver set. So they can either run this, make a short throw. They will run it. It's a sweep play. Can they get there? Yes.
Amazing. I did not think that Iniguez was going to make that. I mean, it started out, it took a long time to develop, and was able to power through in the end.
But we'll give them another set of downs here, but it's keeping the clock rolling. There is Iniguez is still on the slot. Well, the backup, Ace Ketchum. But the play, the catch is complete to LZ Pryor. That's catch number 4 for LZ. Up now over 50 yards.
I'm seeing a theme tonight, Mark. It looks like a lot of the passes are targeted to receivers that are like double or triple covered, and that's I don't think that's a good trend.
I think Sully will need to rely on his receivers making plays if he keeps throwing in coverage. LZ Pryor that time did. They're now at the 50-yard line. In the throw again. Short step back, giving this to Pryor once again. Pryor will break a few tackles at 2nd and 4. They line up in a similar formation. Iniguez, in the backfield. The throw, targeting Iniguez.
They're sending Iniguez a lot on those routes. I don't know why, but and they've got 4 solid receivers. I don't know why you want to substitute a running back for that, but that's why I'm in the booth.
The bunch empty for Sully Richardson. He's going to throw middle of the field again. It's picked off, and that might be the signal to the end of the ballgame.
Guess who? Nicholas Warner, another interception.
Wow.
Just sitting back there, not a lot of movement. Look at that. Couple steps, ate a ham sandwich, took a sip of coffee. Ball went right into his hands.
Yeah, it had all that time to make the play. And what a beauty of a play. Turnover comparison. 1 for the Trident, 4 for the Lycans. They have struggled on the takeaway department, LA, and those struggles continue here tonight.
And now I think it's just a point of just running it out. I think Washington's clearly got control of this game, and they've got the offensive playbook to run the timeout.
There's just over 2 minutes left in the ball game. There's also just 2 weeks left in the SFLM Season 11, and it's anyone's game at the top of the standings. Birmingham and San Jose are at the top. The Flight host Anchorage at 6 p.m. Eastern. The Hellhounds travel to Philadelphia at 8 p.m. Eastern. San Diego clashes with New York at 10 p.m. Eastern as LA puts a nice tackle there. See the SFL Stars of Tomorrow right here on the Virtual Football Network and the SFL Minor League.
Mark, who's your favorite minor league player?
There's rumors of this quarterback who's been playing good for the Anchorage Wolves, Charles.
Really?
Goes by the name Mikhail Pajak, if I'm saying that name.
I think I heard of him.
You have? What do you think of him, Charles?
Very solid. I'm surprised he's doing so well at such a new, being new to the league.
Well, that's the 2-minute warning here. Washington have the ball and essentially hold LA's fate in their hands. A couple of first downs will lock this game, will lock the win for them, which will break the streak of home teams winning in this matchup. The handoff will be complete for a first down. LA calls their first timeout.
Yeah, I mean, Washington is built for this. They've got two stud running backs and a stud fullback. I mean, just give it to them and, fire up the bus, fire up the private jet. Let's just end it.
And pretty much almost a guaranteed win here for Washington. The fullback getting another run here. LA calls another timeout. And when we reached out to Coach Richardson about the season so far, I mean, after this game, they're going to be 1-7, so not the best season so far for them. When asked, what, if any, silver linings there are to the season, this is what Coach Richardson had to say. Grabowski, Baudet, Ketchum, Lane, and Wayo, players who have really been a blessing on and off the field, because according to Coach Sully, it can get stressful sometimes with the outside noise, but those gentlemen see the future for their organization. Look at the run here by Damons. Sully, Coach Sully, angry running. We get a boost for no stepping out of bounds. We'll see. I think it was good, but we'll take a look again.
Yeah, the less, midfield shots of that logo, better I am. I don't hate it. It's just it's very distracting on the eyes. Let's say when they do the zoom in.
You say it's a bit too noisy.
I don't see. I'm looking at everything. I'm not looking at the ref. I'm looking at the claws and the eyes and the
face,
tendons.
Well, I mean, if they were going for intimidation factor, perhaps it might not have. It is, but did not quite work against Washington, who come away with a 28-17 lead. The review is going to give LA a free timeout here, but not enough, as Washington is just going to kneel it here. Wow, what a turnaround by Washington, Charles. They started 1-3, and alarm bells start ringing around the league. The team that basically was the first seed last season to start 1-3, but look at them now, a 4-win streak, and the recent one here against LA.
These are the games you have to win. I mean, you're on the road and you're against a team that is 1-6. You have to win this game. Now they're walking away 5-3. They're third in the division. They can creep their way up, but they need to be near perfect for the rest of the season. I mean, the pressure's on, but they've got the horses in the stable to do it. So it's all down to coaching and playbooks.
Speaking of the division, in their division are the 6-1 Vancouver Legion and the 6-3 Arizona Scorpions. So the fight for the top is going to be a deadlock between those two teams. Do you think Washington have a chance at the top of that division?
It's all, based on momentum, where they go from here. They always have a shot. And one of those teams, Vancouver or Arizona, could, trip along the way.
So a few more games left for Washington, who now go to 5-3 for the season. They got, it's 4 more games to go, and playoffs are on their sides. LA fall here 17-28, a decent showing, but unable to hang on. Washington, that is zeros on the clock, and that's a W for your team. Come away with a win. Charles, break the game down and give us your player of the ballgame.
Well, I think at the first half was evenly executed back and forth, and I think you even said it, Mark. In the second half, what set Washington apart was their defensive execution and their success in the running game. And you gotta, one of the game balls I want to give is to Nicholas Warner. He's got three pass deflections and 2 interceptions. And from a running game standpoint, you got to look at Dwayne Salmons. He's got 2 touchdowns. So they executed in the second half. He's outscored LA 14-7. And, I think they showed some life and potential in going into the playoffs.
You look at the third down comparison. Washington 11 for 15. LA no slouch at 6 for 7 on third down. Unfortunately, they could not turn the tides in their favor. But that is it for us tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us here. We got games tomorrow and Monday, so catch us back tomorrow. But for me, Charles, Cameron Irvine, Joshua Durr, and Ron Haynes, thank you for joining us and have a good night. See ya.